Yo, what's up, guys? Racy here, and I've been meaning to make this video for quite some time, honestly. I just want to update everybody about the situation with my health stuff, with life in general. Um, Honestly, just everything. It's been a crazy year, as we all know. 2020 is something else, that's for sure. Uh, but for me personally, last year I figured out that I had to get a heart transplant, and that I was going through that process of being listed, being eligible, and then you get put on a list. Like you have to go through a bunch of tests, a bunch of pretty much everything. It's a whole big thing. Who would have thought, right? Getting a new heart. It's a process, and that process takes quite a lot of time. Unless you're literally dying in the hospital, then I assume that they could probably fast track it at that point and expedite it. But either way, we're we were going through that process last year. This year, right as I was about to get close to the end of the process of finishing all the tests, all that stuff, COVID happened, and everything kind of just got put into limbo for me. Everything got pushed back. I haven't had an appointment for a while because they don't want me to go anywhere near Boston up until this next week. Actually, my appointment is the 7th, I believe. So I'll figure out really what's going on then. Like I said, I've been in limbo and it's been really weird. So it's like I go from having a plan, um, and just like I don't know if I would call it a goal to look forward to, but like I just have like structure, right? Like I know what's gonna happen. I kind of have everything. Like okay, I'm gonna go through these, get the tests, and then maybe we'll get the transplant at some point afterwards once I'm approved. Blah blah blah. And then after that, I'll feel good. I'll go out and I'll be able to live my life after I recover. Right? That obviously hasn't happened. Now I'm not even sure really what the timeline is looking like at all. I don't think they know either. It's really hard to say because they definitely don't want to do anything unless they have to. And I got put on medicines around the beginning of the year or last year. I don't remember. Took a while to actually get started because insurance didn't approve it forever. And they definitely helped for a while. And I was actually doing pretty good. I lost like 50 pounds because I was actually able to exercise and I was actually able to move around and have energy to do stuff because before I was just like uh I don't know, I couldn't even walk around a grocery store without getting winded and just wanting to like pass out. But once I started taking the medicines, it became easier, the heart failure medicines. So that was good. I was making a lot of progress, and then the last the last few months I would say, I kind of started to plateau on my progress, like weight loss, everything kind of plateaued. I wasn't really making as much progress anymore. My motivation just went, and I think it's a combination of things. Um, all the bad news, like the realization, I think that the COVID experience, the quarantine, all that stuff is not going away anytime soon. Really, just kind of threw me for a loop. Honestly, I was expecting that this would be over right now, like once it first started, as everybody probably was. Like everybody was a little bit optimistic, and that didn't happen. So we're just kind of here chilling and don't really know anything about anything. I also experienced or went through a breakup like right around when COVID hit, like a little bit afterwards, once quarantine really started. So that also really probably just made my motivation, my mood just go from like, okay, this is gonna be over soon. All right, I'm gonna be back on track. We're gonna be getting the new heart, all this stuff. We're like going uphill, and then all of a sudden, like I'm feeling better, I'm losing weight, and then it just kind of just, and it's it's also just like all the negativity, all the news, just about like what's going on in the world and all that stuff. It's just a lot. It's a lot to cope with, and it's a lot to kind of handle mentally. Obviously, um everybody's going through it, right? Everybody's going through quarantine. Everybody's going through trying to deal with their own situation, right? And this isn't easy for anybody. And it's a hard time, but it's hard not to let it get to you sometimes. I've been trying my best to focus on streaming and building up a positive community that's just something that I can look forward to doing every day, which I would say I actually managed to do. It's not like a big community. It's not necessarily a big community, but they're very, like, everybody's really good to each other. And everybody seems to kind of look forward to talking to each other. And it's people that they're all just very, just, they're just, everybody's just good, dude. I have had such a positive experience with like esports and social media and streaming and all that stuff. Um, with my own like personal communities, that's one thing that's really been helping me get through it. And lately, just with all the other negative news, or negative not in like a, like it's a bad, uh, just like the passing of Byron, like all that stuff is just like everything just kind of is compounding, right? Like the quarantine's still a thing. Like you see people out there who aren't wearing masks. You're just like, oh god, this is gonna last even longer. Uh, it's just like everything just kind of compounds, and like I just have these days. Like today, I was just like didn't have it in me. For some reason, I just didn't have the energy to really do anything. Everything was just kind of like hitting me all at once, and sometimes it's hard for me to tell, oh, is this like a heart thing? Is that why I have no energy? Or is this a depression thing? Because that's definitely something that I fully think is happening to me right now. It's just like, I don't know if severe depression is the word, but like, mm, just just stress. Everything is just kind of making it harder. And I don't know how to put it into words really that well, but yeah, it's life is something else in 2020, that's for sure. And I want to thank everybody who has like sent me messages, like checking up on me and all that kind of stuff. It's it really does mean the world. And if there's one thing that I want people to get from this outside of like the current situation of my health stuff and all that stuff, which is basically just in limbo until next week, and I'll try to figure it out then, and I can update y'all then, is to really just take the time out of your day. And if you see or think that somebody is kind of struggling or is really just having a rough go of it, send them a message and ask them how they're doing. Because people who've done that for me just really completely, like, it can be a mood changer, honestly. Sometimes even if they don't respond, like they'll still see it, and it'll still probably lift their mood. And it takes you probably not too much time of your day to say, how you doing, boss? What's up, chief? How's it going? And I really hope that as a community, a gaming community, Hearthstone community, esports community, whatever community, just like we're all just nicer to each other. And I don't necessarily mean like don't shit on each other, like in the sense of like for fun, that kind of stuff, like playful banter. Not, I'm not talking about that, but I mean like genuinely, like just make sure everybody else is okay. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I would I'd love to see people do more of that. I think in Hearthstone we're lucky because we are probably one of the furthest things from a toxic community. Because honestly, if there's anybody that's like BM or toxic or whatever you want to call it, they get pushed out pretty quickly. I don't think the community really has tolerance for that kind of stuff, and it's something that I was like, oh, we have no like villains essentially or like whatnot. But then when shit really hits the fan, it's like it's actually nice to have that super positive community, and you really see that like come to light now a lot of times where it's like we're all going through this hard thing, but you see that we're all going through it together. And I would say, at least from what I've seen, people have been doing a really good job of just trying to help each other out, and that makes me really proud to be a part of the Hearthstone community and all the communities that I'm in, whether it's gaming or esports or my team Panda Global. Like everybody's just been super helpful, and honestly, I don't know what I would do without that like support, the support of like everything. It's just like the negative things that are compounding and make it kind of builds up, and it just becomes a lot to handle. And some days you just gotta take a break for yourself, and you just gotta chill out, and you just gotta watch some TV or play some games and relax. The positive things also compound and really help you to just I don't know if feel better is the right word, because it might not necessarily help you feel better, but it's something that you can appreciate, and it for me it feels good. So yeah, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. It's like 3 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep. And something I've been really struggling with is being productive. So figured, well, if I can't sleep, I might as well make a video. I wanted to start making videos on different topics about Hearthstone and really teach people how to play, because I realize that's one thing I do genuinely enjoy doing more so than actually playing and getting to high rank, is actually just teaching other people how to play and teaching other people how to play well. Because this meta specifically in Hearthstone um, has just kind of it's felt pretty stale lately. So for me, teaching other people how to play through streaming and whatnot has been more rewarding than actually achieving high ranks at this point, since playing the same deck that we've been playing for months and months and months, like decks that I have thousands and thousands of games on. It's old a little bit, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling. But to TLDR it, basically stuck in limbo. So last year had the heart transplant stuff. Went through the process, almost finished it. Finishing it on the 7th, figuring out what's gonna go on in the future. Most likely, the scenario will be that we're just gonna continue to wait, which means I'll be stuck in limbo for longer. Um, yeah, hopefully I'm able to break that plateau and try to lose more weight, try to get healthier, so that way when it eventually does come time to get a heart transplant, I'll do better. But I'll actually be able to figure out if the the heart function has actually increased or decreased come next week. So that's actually something that's kind of relieving on some level. It's like, oh, is this like am I having no energy because of depression, or is it because of my heart actually declining? I think it could be both, but hopefully it is just it's not the heart, because that would suck. But I mean, both of them suck. But like, you know what I mean. All right, I'm done rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope to get out some good educational videos for Hearthstone, on how to become a better player, how to become a top player, how to get legend, all that stuff. That that would be cool. My community's been really good at trying to motivate me and kind of nudge me in the right direction, being like, hey, 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 you said you would do this. What the hell, man? Where's the video? Where is it? You promised. You lied. Scammed us out of our sub money. No. That's actually super motivating to me. I love that stuff, so I appreciate that from y'all. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.